So it's a really windy day here on the coast. It's about 15 knots out of the south. I went to my usual beaches and it was just too windy. So I'm exploring a new location here, about, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes north of Santa Cruz. And I'm just trying to find a spot that's protected from the wind. Lots to paint here. All right, the wind is coming from this direction and look at this. Back here, like almost zero wind. It's amazing. So let me show you what I'm looking at. I could paint over here or I could paint in this direction here. I'll be honest, I almost chickened out and did a small panel today, but I went back to my car, got my bigger easel and my 16 by 20s because small panels are harder. I'm thinking something like this. I kind of want to focus on pushing the color. It is a gray day. A lot of times my gray day paintings, I take them home and they just look lifeless. So I want more color, but I also want the color to look natural. So I'm going to try to experiment with pushing the color as far as I can without having it become, you know, garish or unnatural looking. Okay, so here is the composition, and I just kind of shaded lightly the areas where there's rocks, just so I can kind of see what the pattern looks like. And I might kind of bring these rocks down lower so that you've got this sort of zigzag thing going. I don't want these rocks to be too parallel to the bottom of the panel, so I might drop it down a little bit. You know, something like this, maybe. And then the waves are kind of coming in at a slight angle. And there'll be some wet sand in here as well. Okay, so I want to pre-mix the colors for these rocks here. And it appears to be like sort of kind of a dark reddish brown. All right, so here's a dark reddish brown that I mixed using burnt sienna and ultramarine. And then right here is a darker mix. This is alizarin crimson with ultramarine. Both these colors are transparent. So when I put this base color for the rocks, there should still be a feeling of illumination and the rock shouldn't be too dark. Update here. Obviously I'm going to come back in and darken these rocks, trying to get some accurate color for the ocean, and the sky is definitely a little bit too purple, but again, I'm trying to push things and then I can tone them down later. Color is relative, So I'm just trying to get stuff on the panel to see where I'm at, and then I can start making adjustments. There is no detail. It's just sketched in shapes and approximated colors. You can see the rocks are much darker, so I'm going to come in and darken these up and just start fine-tuning the color. Okay, so I've worked on this for probably 2.5 hours and spent most of the time at the end just kind of fine-tuning things and playing around. Let me show you what I came up with. Okay, there it is. And tried to get some thick paint on there in certain areas. I was really trying to hang on to the composition that I had to begin with, tried to stay true to my original idea. Try to push those colors. I won't know until I get it home to the studio how I feel about it, you know, live with it for a few days. But I am going to do a studio analysis video of this painting, and I'll put that on my Patreon channel, link in description. And that's about it for me. I'm going to pack up and get out of here, but as usual, thanks for hanging out, guys. I will see you in the next video.